What's up, guys? My name is Michael Green, and today I want to show you my insulator and high voltage sign collection. I've been collecting insulators and high voltage signs and old bottles since I was 10 years old, and I'm 41 now. I thought some people would like to see my collection. Got insulators and signs from all over the world in my collection. I really like the ones with the skulls and crossbones on them. Like this one here from France. Some of these are from California. This one is from the 19 teens or 20s. It came from probably a factory or mill in Ohio. There's another one from California. This is the only one I've ever seen. There's another similar one from another telephone company in Ohio. Here's some of my colorful glass insulators. The purple one's from Colorado. It was made in Colorado anyways. The yellow mustard one is from Canada. It's a nice opalescent one. Now, T-bar styles from France. Another purple one from Colorado, carnival glass one. This blue one is from Argentina. I've had it a long time. It's really rare. The dark blue one is from Russia. This purple one's from Australia. I've always liked the colorful ones. They were made in just about every color you could think of. Mostly the common ones are clear and aqua, but some were used with recycled glass. Others were made intentionally different colors to signify the different power lines and tell the linemen, be careful, not to get electrocuted. That blue one is a commemorative. It's not an old insulator. These were used on capacitors here in the middle, the amber colored ones. Some more signs. Lots of insulators. I really like the porcelain insulators because they were handmade, a lot of them, and come with lots of different color glazes and styles. It's a rare one made by the first real big maker of porcelain insulators, Fred Luck, in the late 1800s and early 1900s. He's known as the godfather of porcelain insulators. That's an old fire alarm box that were used on the old fire alarms in a lot of old cities. This dark blue one is part of a cutout. It had a handle that you would pull out too, but they're really dangerous because they could explode in the lineman's hands. Lots of different varieties of porcelain insulators here. This is a transformer for a doorbell from the 19 teens. This yellow one here is from Switzerland. This blue Thomas helmet is a rare one. There's not many of those around. This green Transposition is from Italy. It's used along an Italian railroad on a line. It's an early Thomas Transposition in white. There's only like 3 of those known, I believe. The yellow one here is from Canada, and the red one is from the United Kingdom. They made a few different types of red ones in the United Kingdom to signify the power lines from the communication lines that used white insulators. Here's a real unusual type used in the teens in Connecticut on street lights. They're pretty rare. A black porcelain one, that's pretty rare. You don't see many black porcelain insulators in the pin type insulators. Here's a Harlow claw. It's a pretty neat style. Many were found in Pennsylvania. Here's another unusual style. It's a Perky patent. I think most of these were found in some towns in Washington State. Here's another red one from the United Kingdom. This teal color one's pretty rare. It was believed to have been made by the New Lexington High Voltage Insulator Company. This pretty blue one was made by the Pittsburgh High Voltage Insulator Company in Pennsylvania. Everybody loves those. Here's an old Thomas with a nice glaze. Here's a nice dark blue Transposition. Some other colorful styles. Here's a red one from Poland. They're also used to mark fire alarm lines. There's lots of different colors. A nice cranberry colored one from the United Kingdom. It's a real popular style, Mickey Mouse style. A few of these were saved from a transformer room in Alabama. This type was made in Japan, I believe, but used in Australia. These two here are called stovepipes. Nice blue and yellow colors. Most were made in brown, so the blue and yellow ones are pretty unusual. Hard to find. It's a nice style made by the Pittsburgh High Voltage Insulator Company. Here's an early Fredlock style with whoever made it left their whole handprint on the insulator. It's pretty neat. That's one reason I like to collect porcelain insulators, because they were handmade, and some have fingerprints and really cool runny glazes, and some are really unique. This is a pretty color made by G. Pico. This green one here, I think was found in Russia. It might be from, maybe made in Germany and used in Russia or Poland. Some more colorful styles. Here's another doorbell transformer. It's a green loop used on old streetlight circuits. Here's a cranberry colored spool made by Ohio Brass. I believe they were only used on one town in Florida, so they're really hard to find. This one here is from I think Portugal, if I remember right. It's unusual. This one here is pretty rare. There's only like 4 known, I believe. Cobalt blue keg style. These are called a Bumblebee, made by Knox. The blue high tops are nice. They come in a few different heights and styles. They're pretty neat. Transposition and a light gray early Thomas carved top. There's another blue doorbell or transformer. They're pretty rare. It's a green one used in Poland, I believe, or possibly Russia. Here's a green one that was made in India. Here's a really early watch patent that was made by Thomas, R. Thomas and Sons. Very early porcelain insulator with a really nice glaze. Not many are even found with the brown glaze. They're usually white. And this one has a really nice light blonde glaze on it and really nice marking on it. They were hand stamped, so it's really rare insulator. It's a Thomas, or a lock helmet, sorry. Lots of different styles and colors. That one's from Canada. It's nice mustard rust colored glaze on it. Different styles. This one is from Italy, a little pretty blue one. Old Italian insulator. A lot of spools on the bottom shelf, different types used in the US and also Australia and England, like the green one here. Here's a rare electric sign used in the early steel mills with a lot of foreign workers, with different language speaking people working in the same factory. This here is from Belgium, probably from World War II maybe. Here's some more insulators and signs. The big sign on top here was used on the L line in Chicago. I've only seen a couple like it. More colorful insulators, lots of different colors and styles. These are early style made by Akron. They're really hard to find. There's only a handful of the blue and yellow ones known. And the brown ones are usually dark brown. This model glaze is nice. It's an early Fredlock style. Pretty neat style. With lug ears on top. There's some more colorful ones. These are some early Thomas cables. I really like these. Nice gray green, rust mustard color, and blue. Some more different styles and colors. They used thousands of insulators all over the world, so collecting them is pretty much endless. And the glass versions come in just as many styles and colors. It's never-ending fun to collect these. These are these smaller pony style insulators used on lower voltage telephone lines, communication lines. They come in a nice variety of styles and colors, all different kinds. A lot of people like to collect these because there's so many different kinds to look for and to collect. And they were used all over the US. Here's an early dry pressed green one. It's the only one I've ever seen. Might be made by Akron, early Ohio brass style. I love these dry process blue ones that were made by Thomas and used in Michigan and Detroit on fire alarm lines. Some of these have a lot of nice character. I love the runny, drippy glazes. Makes them a lot of fun to collect. It's like artwork made by people that are no longer with us. So many different styles, you know, you can see how they were made by the grooves and the way they were trimmed by hand to make the different styles, and then dipped in the glaze and fired. So some of them have some really unusual glazes on them. This one here is an unusual one made by Macomb. Not many of them are marked, so they're usually unmarked. There's more different styles. These were made by Pittsburgh. Here's an unusual green one, possibly made by New Lexington or Pittsburgh. It's an early Ohio brass insulator. I love these, the markings. I've always liked the marking on the Ohio brass insulators. Here's some more from Pittsburgh. Everybody loves these, especially the blue ones and the Johns Manville marked ones. Some are better than others with the glazes and the markings. Here's a lap that was marked with the year it was made. Here's one that was dug at the New Lexington Insulator factory. New Lexington was only in business for a handful of years, so most of their insulators are pretty uncommon or rare and highly desirable. There's another early Ohio brass cable. Early Fredlock cable. Early Thomas carved top signal. There's another one from Italy with a white stripe on it. These were made in occupied Japan after World War II. Some more colorful styles. I've always liked the porcelain ones. I've had a large glass collection in the past too, but I just really enjoy collecting the porcelain insulators. So that's why I have a large variety of these. They're just fun to collect and not as expensive as the glass ones. This one on the floor was a large wire separator used on the line in New Orleans. All right, here's some more signs. That one's pretty cool. Here's one from Detroit. Note the $25 reward. It's probably from the 1930s, I would say. There's one from the Montana Power that's really rare. Not many survived because it's a metal sign and most of them rusted away. Here's another rare electric sign used in early steel mills with lots of foreign workers. Everybody spoke different languages, so they made a universal sign so everybody knew not to touch where these signs were hung to get electrocuted. Everybody understood what these symbols meant. Here's another neat one. I think most of these were found and used in Michigan. They come in a couple different color variations. Usually they're pretty weathered and rusty too. This one's a nice version. Some more signs. A lot of the green ones were used in California. It's another rare electric sign, rare and desirable by a lot of collectors. Not many survived and not many were used to begin with, so just in old steel mills, US steel mills. It's an early one used in California. It's more from California. This one's from Texas. This one's from India. Some more from California. New York. Some more. My insulator room. Here's an early sign. I really like it. It's in really nice condition. Probably from the 1920s. I love you can't really see it, but it was Balto Enamel, a novelty company in Baltimore and Philadelphia. There's my insulator pinwheel, lots of ponies. Some signs I found over the years in different places. Some more insulators. These were used in Pennsylvania. Some early lily shell porcelain insulators. My insulator robot I made. Some more insulators I found. I found these on a line in South Carolina, early Akron. M3060 multi-part. We love these. Some more various lightning arresters, tree insulator, light switches, radio strains, and different radio insulators, standoffs. Lots of all kinds of lightning arresters used for radios in the 1920s and 30s. I just like them because of all the different styles and colors they come in. Lots of different kinds. Lots of variations. Lots of people had radios back then before they had TV, so They were really popular at one time. Now it's just something forgotten about. It's a rare turquoise multi-part made by New Lexington High Voltage Insulator Company. More radio insulators. Here's a two-way light socket in blue. They're hard to find. Purple radio antenna insulator. More radio strains and lightning arresters. Then some more signs. And I guess that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.